What's happening, everybody? How you doing, man? Hopefully my microphone sounds better, because that's one hell of a microphone, baby. What's happening out there? Yeah, man. I know that audio is better. Let's go. Let's go, man. We're talking baseball. Talking baseball. Yep. All right. Now, obviously, man, man, if you thought I was talking trash about how much stuff I had to do to get ready for today, okay. Now, I'm going to start like where I have to start here because I have a lot to talk about. Hopefully, you can talk live to me over on my live during the chat here. Man, I hope to see a chat or two. Yeah, talking baseball here at the Sports Betting Pub. Happy hour starting early today, baby. Woo! All right. Hey, man, listen, like I said, a ton of notes to talk about today. We're talking baseball, and we're starting there, man. It is high noon on my clock. Perfectly. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be live when you got here to be ready for everybody, man. Morning, afternoon, all that good stuff. All right. Big day of baseball. Yep, got it all written down today. Ready? Yeah, 2 p.m. Minnesota, Detroit, 4 p.m. in the Miami-Philadelphia game, man. 7 p.m., of course, here we go. Baseball and more baseball and a couple more baseball games at 7:30 and then 8 and then 8:30. Of course, the last game of the night, Cleveland, Oakland, wrapping up the night. Now, I'm going to talk starters today. We're going to talk weather today. We're going to talk some lines, and we're going to get some bets on the board. The last one here is going to be about the bets on the board for today. So, obviously, the Red Sox-Yankees game last night got postponed. Everyone was kind of like, wait, what? And you know what? I actually agree with a few people out there. If the Yankees come up with all this COVID stuff and they're the ones who have to cancel the game, why isn't it not just postponed, but a forfeit? I get it, man. You know what? And everyone knows I've been a Yankee fan since 1976 when we got swept by the Reds. Oh, man. Some 7-year-old kid. Shattered dreams right there, man. Of course, we won in 77 and 78. That's okay. Made up for it. Anyway, yeah, it's what you talk about when I go off on my little tangents. Yeah, there you go. Can you handle that one? I know. Hey, I'll try and slow down and talk nice and slow for everybody today. I can't understand you. Stop it. Stop with it. Honey, can you grab me a tissue box? I have a couple people who need a tissue. Stop crying. Stop crying about you can't hear me and you don't understand me. Yeah, I'm talking right into the microphone. Yeah, you see it? All right, Loaisiga, Nestor Cortez, and Peralta. All three of them ended up with COVID. Canceled that Thursday night Yankee game. You know what? It looks like they're going to try and do it tonight. We haven't heard about any postponement yet. As I can see right now, Yankee game is going live tonight, so we'll see how that goes out. All right. Yeah, we might even have more positive. I guess you're talking about more positive tests. And Cashman's like, yeah, everything's kind of weird and a little crazy around here right now. All right. Let's talk some weather first about what's going on out there today. Rain in Detroit, man, and they're trying to schedule in a doubleheader. And it's supposed to be raining all day in Detroit today. I don't know if you happen to catch that weather. No good. No bueno. So we'll have to see if they actually can squeeze 2 games in there. Beautiful day in Philly. 9-mile-an-hour breeze flowing out to right field. Yeah, I got it all right here, man. What do you want to know? Rain in Pittsburgh. So, man, if it's raining in Pittsburgh, we know the Met game could be in question. Clear in Washington. It's clear in here in New York, man. I'm only an hour from the big house here at Yankee Stadium. And, yeah, it's a pretty nice day, man. It's just hot. Let it be hot. Humid as hell. We just had a big delivery from our big bar chairs today, man. So I had to go outside and go get those big old things. Like, damn it, man. So next time you see me, I might be in a big old bar chair. You want a chair? Get him a chair, too. All right. All right. Here we go. Overcast in Buffalo. You know what, man? That stadium, I don't think that is. Sailing is just, the balls are sailing and sailing, man. That's all I'm going to say. Humid and overcast in a whole bunch of spots today. Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark, humid. 10-mile-an-hour breeze blowing straight to third base, so shouldn't affect the game too much. It's definitely humid and overcast in Atlanta, KC, Chicago for the White Sox, and St. Louis, which is nothing new in St. Louis. You people are used to that by now. Beautiful day in Denver again. Seems like every time I go on the air, it's a beautiful day in Denver. Of course, the last 3 games of the night, man. It's clear, 8 to 10 mile an hour breeze straight out in L.A. and Oakland, man. I'm going to talk about that Oakland game today for sure. We'll talk about every game. Nice and clear in Arizona. It's 100 degrees. What do you know? What do you know? All right, other thing I wanted to talk about, I wrote down everybody's team total at the All-Star break. So if you want to take a peek at that, I don't know if I can get it in there good. I wrote down everyone's team totals right now live at the second half, man, because I just want to make sure I'm looking at everybody's team, So I wrote out all the standings for everybody, too. So I want to make sure I have the standings live on me and any team totals that are expected now, because obviously they're not what they are now, and I know that because I took the Yankees under 95.5 team total when the year started, and now that team total is 87.5. Where'd those 8 games go? Yeah, because the Yankees stink, man. Aaron Boone's got to go. Aaron Boone has got to get the hell out of town, man. Get out. He's the one that should be called out, man. Get out. Yeah, I can't stand him. I can't stand Aaron Boone. Can you tell? Did you see my other video, the Yankee video, where I threw him a nice little lashing? Dude, he stinks. The Yankees will never win a World Series with Aaron Boone in the dugout. Crickets. Yeah, man. Crickets. Nobody going to respond to that with anything because there's nothing to respond to. My God, man. All right, let's talk about these games today, man. I definitely want to talk about these games today, and I want to mess up all my sheets because if I start messing up my sheets, my timing gets thrown off. All right, let's talk about this first game in Minnesota, man. At 2 p.m. start. Of course, the Twins are 17-25 on the road this year. 39-50. 39-50, man. And yet they're favored to win today. You know why? What Charlie Barnes, huh? Charlie Barnes and Jose Urena. Now, Charlie Barnes, obviously nobody knows anything about yet. Just getting up here. You might know about him. All right, so he was drafted in 2017. He's been tearing up St. Paul. He did pretty well. Obviously, when you get called up to make your first big league start in the second half of the season, and you get the first start of the second half of the season. So, man, Minnesota's obviously saying, you know what, Charlie? Give me a Chuckster. I'm not going to call him Chuckster. He probably doesn't like that either, right? Don't call me Chuckster. Yeah, all right, man. I won't call you Chuck. 5-2 and 11 starts down St. Paul. 58 innings pitched, 25 earned runs, and only gave up 5 home runs while he was down there. He did okay. I certainly kid has some stuff. I want to sit his Major League Baseball debut today. Man, and Urena's a disaster, we know. Went to 2-8 and the 6.43 ERA doesn't tell you all you need to know about Big Jose, man. 7.5. Now, great. Yep, it's a 7-inning game in game 1, and I totally understand that, man. 7.5? It was 7 when it first came out. Why do you think it's 7.5 now? How many? You know what, man? When you make your debut, whether it's against the Tigers or not, and we might have rain there anyway, so maybe the weather is going to affect that. We don't know yet. It might. I mean, it's supposed to rain all day in Detroit, like I mentioned. So, bad day for a doubleheader, really. I'm sure everybody has a ticket to that game. It's like, man. Wanted to get back in the second half and go to a nice home game and relax, and now I'm going to get soaking wet. Man, that stinks, right? We'll see, but I'm gonna suggest that over 7.5 in that game 1 at 2 o'clock. So yeah, man, we're just getting started here, and you already have your first bet of the day. If they get that game in Detroit, man, you got to play that 7.5 over. Minus 110, even money somewhere in there. If you want to go move it down to 7, I saw that 7 was only minus 125 or something. So what? You know what, man? So what? All right, the other early game is another first of a doubleheader, 7-inning game, a 4 p.m. start in Philly. All right, Matt Moore, attention, any earth human being calling Matt Moore. Dude, are you going to ever pitch? Dude, first of all, let's talk about what happens when Matt pitches in this stadium. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big gulp right there. My God, dude. Here we go. Obviously, I had to write some of that down. Got it right here, man. Matty Moore. 0-1. 5.4 ERA at home. He's pitched 9 innings overall, man. He's got 9 earned runs, and he's giving up 10 runs and 11 hits. Yeah, 2 starts at home, 30 bombs, 17 walks, 7 home runs, 19 earned runs on the 35 hits, 31 innings pitched, and a 24-17 ratio. Calling Matt Moore Earth to Matt Moore. Well, you know what? Until he doesn't figure it out, dude. I saw it 6.5 on that line. Oh, excuse me? 6.5. Now, Alcantara. Let's talk about Alcantara a little bit here, because what's he still doing wearing a Marlins uniform? What is he? All right, listen. Dude needs to go where he can actually pitch for a team that knows how to win games, man. Dude, he's 5-8. Now, let's talk about the 4th season in Miami that he's putting up here, man. Now, he's 25-year-old. If he's not trade bait for them, who on that roster is? We get what you. Obviously, we saw what happened with Gianluca Stanton. Oh, God. Not that I'm 100% thrilled that we were the ones that had to buy into all that. Dude, stay on the field. Anyway, man, you know what? Alcantara, I think, needs to get out of there. When are you going to – dude, you see what he's done now? Talk about what he's done not only in his career, but in this park, man. You don't play in Miami. That's not his pitcher's park. He's pitching in the pitcher's park, man. ERA 3.52 in his career. His career ERA in 4 years and change now, 4.5 years, is 3.52. Playing for a shit team, playing for a garbage team. Come on. And doing well without any support. Man, how long can you deal with playing in that park with no support on that team? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Somebody's to pick up Alcantara at that point and be like, thank you. You let him go, bring him on. Now, there's somebody I would take there. My Yankee staff could certainly use him, man. I'll take him. I'll take Alcantara in a heartbeat. I like the Marlins here, man. I'm -120. You know what? I have Alcantara. Matt Moore can't pitch. That over 6.5. It's going to be 7-3. 7-3 game 1. Marlins win. -120 money line. Get it. All right, let's get to the 7 p.m. That's it. Let's get to the 7 p.m. starts, man. San Diego. And why? Oh, I better not use any kind of an accent. I know it throws people off, right? My God, come on, dude. Come on. San Diego. The San Diego Charger. No. Right? Should we call them Chargers? I wish the San Diego Chicken was still around. Where's the San Diego Chicken? Yeah, I'm going off on my tangent. All right, Padres is doing pretty well, man. Obviously, that whole division over there, all 3 of them are locked in. Locked in a little race over there, which is so cool. I mean, so cool when you see a division where it's not just anybody running away with it. All right, San Francisco's obviously playing some great ball. Dodgers are playing their ball. I can hit the hell out of the ball any day, anywhere. And then San Diego, man, you deal with that. You deal with that 2-5 in that lineup, man. Good luck. So anybody who's pitching to that middle lineup, man, you're crazy. You're crazy, man. Now let's throw in what Chris Paddock's going to do today. What Chris Paddock's going to do today? Well, let's talk about what Chris Paddock's going to do today. It's all written down. Oh, right? How many home runs now? 3 in a row. 7 of the last 9. Including 3 against the Cubs. 36 pitches in his last start before the break. 36 pitches in his last start before the break. And that's how you're going to build momentum going towards the second half. Hey, Chris, man, you're 4-6, dude, with an ERA about 5. Now, that didn't do a damn thing for your confidence. So going into Washington today, now, all right, luckily Eric Fetty's on the other side. Now, man, what happened, man? What happened, Eric? Of course, that blown save. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that Paddock and that weird blown save right at the end there, and the two innings pitched. What? 2 innings pitched and a blown save against Colorado? Yeah. Why would you even put him in that position anyway? San Diego's -130 and 9.5 on this total, by the way. Fetty. All right, so we got to start in San Diego on that recent road trip. Yeah, gave up a home run, 6 earned runs, and only 2 strikeouts. The 2 starts since June, like I mentioned, man. 2 starts since June, man. That 9 innings pitched. ZRA went from 3.90 to 4.59 in only 2 starts. ZRA almost jumped a whole point there, man. Now, outside of that Phillies game, you go look at all his history and all the stuff that he's done this year. If you took that Phillies start out of there, he gets no support. None. He just doesn't get any support, man. No one scores when he throws. So that's a concern a little bit here. You know what, man? I don't know if I'm even going to touch that game. Sorry, I saw a comment over there. All right. I don't even know if I'm going to touch that game too much, man, because it's two pitchers I don't really respect all that well. Fetty and Paddock aren't really going to be the guys that can can under there, but they're off it. Fetty doesn't get any runs, man, when he starts. Paddock's a disaster, I think. If anything, you got to kind of play that total, but it's 9.5. Man, I got to hope that 10 runs come in with the Padres in Washington today. Man. That's kind of a leave it alone kind of game right there. You know what? Get the 7 o'clock game started. That's not the game you really want to be investing your hard-earned money on, I don't think, man. Of course, Stroman's going for the Mets tonight. Pittsburgh still hasn't announced their starter yet, so we don't even know what they're going to do. The Mets announced that they're going to be wearing their black jerseys every Friday for the rest of the second half of the season, which means they're going to get 4 chances to be wearing their black jerseys this year, which is cool. They haven't done that in like 8-9 years. 2012, I think I saw. So that was pretty cool, man. I love when teams do stuff that they don't normally do like that. The black jerseys of the Mets are cool, man. All I really remember was Bobby Valentine, man. Wearing that black jersey, sitting in the dugout with the mustache. That's like my biggest memory of the Mets wearing black jerseys, man. That was hysterical. I mean, he really wore a mustache and came back on the field. Thought no one would notice. That was hysterical, man. Boston and the Yankee game, too. Now it looks like they're going to go back to the original 2 starters who were supposed to start last night. So, man, I'm taking that over. I'm taking Boston. I'm taking Boston to win. You know why? Well, you don't need to be a scientist. You don't have to be working at NASA to understand that the Red Sox are taking 3 from the Yankees. The first series, and then they took 3 from the Yankees in the second series. So, yeah, man, you know what? Damn to it. Until the Yankees figure out how to win games against Boston, which they're not doing right now. And we saw Boston was playing pretty well headed towards the break, and the Yankees are still barely a 500 team. You know what, man? Nope. I like that over. I think that game's going to be 6-5 Red Sox. So play the Red Sox money lines about plus 105, even money, something like that. And at 10, right about there too, minus 110, minus 105. You can get 9.5 at some sites I saw. Okay. All right, man. More of the 7 p.m. starts here, man. I got the Texas and Toronto game. Man, send me notes. I have more notes on Jordan Lyles. All right, man. 4.868 ERA is obviously not very good. I don't think I need to tell you that, right? All right. Now, man, from 2011 to 2013, the first 3 years that he was with Houston, and that 2014 year in Colorado, 100-plus innings, man. 100-plus innings, the dude was going to be on your starting roster and playing well. It has been a disaster stretch since then, man. We're talking going back to 2014, man. Going back to 2014. Now, it looks like he's going to crack that 100 innings pitch mark for the first time in a long time. And he needs that. And which start, 96 innings pitched, so he should be over the 100. 17 home runs allowed. 2.5 to 1 ratio with the strikeouts to walks, man. Come on, Jordan. Come on, man. At what point obviously they're 13-30 on the road, and the Texas isn't playing well when they leave. Texas, they're not even playing well anyway. I mean, at 35-55, they're not playing well anywhere they go. In Buffalo, like I mentioned, sailing. Balls are sailing out of sailing. And Robbie Ray, man, 7-4, 3.13. The lefties giving up 20 bombs. I mean, the lefties giving up 20 bombs this year, man. You want to go to sailing and play in that? No. Man, that's a tough place to go pitch. We all know that that's not major league material out there. We all know that. Man, when I heard that they were going to play in Salem, what? They're not going to let major league players go play in Salem, are they really? You see what happens there. Boom, 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 boom. My God, man. You got to play that over. You got to play that over, man. I don't think Lyles and Ray are going to be able to contain it under there at all. Not in that park. Yeah, nice. Like I mentioned, it's an overcast day over there. Yeah, let the over happen in Buffalo today. Texas and Toronto. They're both going to score all day. Even that first 5 minutes, if you want to get paid early before they get to the end of the fifth and top of the sixth, take that first 5 inning total, man. Make your money and not even worry about the rest of the game because it's going to be 4-2 going to the sixth. And that's all you're going to need to have happen. Milwaukee, you know what, man? Milwaukee-Cincinnati game. If you haven't seen Tyler Mahle, you know what, man? I like Tyler Mahle. I'm going to make a comparison here. I don't know how many people are going to be like, dude, I don't know if I'd go that far. Now, obviously, when I'm not talking stats here, I'm not talking about because the dude I'm going to mention, obviously, he's a Hall of Famer and it is amazing. Dude, do you not see Roy Halladay and Tyler Mahle at all? I mean, do you not look at Tyler Mahle and go, dude, I see Roy Halladay in him sometimes. When that dude's on, we know he's on. He's got the perfect game when he was in AAA. I mean, dude. Now, I found out about him a long time ago. Now, I went to college at MSU Billings. So he was playing for the Billings Mustangs back in 2014. So I remember I had a couple friends calling me because I'm still friends with a bunch of people out in Billings. Dude, you got to see this kid pitch because obviously, if you know, the Billings Mustangs are with the Reds organization. So you pretty much start there, work your way up. That's back in 2014. That's AA stuff, man. He was already pitching pretty well. He had 5-4 with a 3.87 and 15 starts in Billings. Man, I wish I'd still been there to see some of it just to be able to back up what I'm talking about. But like I said, I had a couple of friends call me and be like, dude, this Tyler Mahle kid, keep an eye out for him, man. Well, now we're here. Dude can pitch, man. Obviously, he had the rough 2018, got options, and all of a sudden he's gotten back, and the Reds are sticking with him. At least the Reds are sticking with him. They're like, you know what, man, we know you have your stuff, and when you're on, you're on. I think the Reds have a great shot today. So that line moved. It was like -110 last night for Cincinnati to win that game on the money line, man. Now it's -120, -118, depends on your book and where you are and all that kind of stuff. Take the Reds today. I got Mahle. I'm going to back Mahle today. So for $15, $20, that's not enough juice for me to take them off. If it was -140 or something, you know what? Oh, no. But you know what, dude? The fact that they're only talking about $20, okay. Like I said, it was -110, -112 last night. Sometimes you got to play the early line for a reason, too, There are good spots to play the early line. That might have been a good one. Because you kind of figured it would go up there. Even though the Brewers aren't, having a pretty good season, obviously. But in Cincinnati, the Great American Ballpark, Great American Ballpark, man. That place, it's tough to pitch in, too. I like Mahle, man. I mean, dude, 7-3 with it. What, 3.68 ERA, 95 innings pitched, 118 strikeouts, only 35 walks, man. He's only given up, 78 hits this year? It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Reds. Money line. Yeah, man. Yep, we're getting there. All right, second Minnesota game. Looks like Maeda got announced as there. Detroit hasn't announced anybody there yet, so we can't even go by anything yet. You know what? I was going to talk a little bit about Maeda, but there's no need to if they're not going to even play that game. I mean, you might not even see that game played again. We're talking about the rain. So I'm going to skip that. The interleague game of the week the weekend is Tampa Bay at Atlanta. So obviously Tampa Bay is going to have a bat taken out of their lineup, and they're going to have to put their pitcher on the mound. I can't wait for that to come to an end here. Pitcher's batting, man. You know what? I for any of you old school people who say I love that the National League still does pitchers are hitting, and it makes people think, and it makes you think. Come on, dude. It's not 1964 anymore. And all right, Ohtani, amazingly in the American League where pitchers don't hit, that weird, having a fantastic season with his bat. But dude, overall, come on, you can't watch pitchers hit anymore. It's disgusting. There's 3 of them that can do it. Out of how many? No. I'm so glad baseball had to make it. If the pitchers actually would have made the modification to still be able to hit and pitch, they probably wouldn't have changed the rule. But the fact that pitchers cannot even do a damn thing with a bat in their hands. I mean, I remember back in the day when the pitchers were the all-stars, the guys who were doing everything. I played short, I played center field, and I pitched because I was the best guy on the team. Well, when they told me I had to be pitching, all that hitting stopped. If you want to pitch in the major leagues, throw your bat away. You don't even need it anymore. Yeah, well, then why do you think they made the rule finally? Because throw your bat away, you don't need it anymore. If nobody really wants you to hit, why would we let you hit? Rockets going off, man. God, somebody went down to Cape Canaveral and figured that one out. Thank you for not letting pitchers hit anymore after it. Oh, sick of it. Anyway, Michael Wacha. He's going to be the guy who has to put a bat in his hand today to go down to Atlanta and play a baseball game. You know what, man? He just turned 30. Oh, 2-2 with the 4.87, man. That 5.76 on the road. 4 home runs in his last 2 starts, man. Washington and Cleveland. He got beat up in Seattle. We know that, too. The only time he played them. Beat up in Seattle. 4-0 in May. Maybe that 4-0. Man, he was pitching great. I mean, 4-0 in May. He had that little run where he was 7-0, or his team was at least 7-0 with his last start in April, and then all of May he went crazy in that first start in June. He looked great, man. Seven wins. The team, and 9-2 in his last 11 starts. The team is winning. So that, man, when your teams win in your starts, even if you're not getting the win or not, the mental side of that, when your team wins, even in your start, is still good. It still builds your confidence, man. So, even if you didn't have the best night, when your team goes out and goes rah-rah at the end of the night, and you were the one who started that game, it still sits with you like, all right, we did enough to get through it. Obviously conditions, if you got shelled, it was 7, and it took your team a part of the ninth 7-run rally to get that win. You know what? Your confidence may not be quite there yet, but all right. Anyway, man, again, that Tampa Bay Atlanta game, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. It's not one of the bets I'm going to make today. Charlie Morton's obviously having a good year with that 8-3 and the 3.64, but, man, I don't want to touch that total. Minus 125 and 8.5. It's just not favorable, man. I'm not in the mood to really chase that. That second game in Miami, too, it looks like Eflin's going to get that start. He's 4-6 in a 3.88 ERA. 6 innings pitched in his last 3. 6 innings pitched in his last 3 starts before the break. All 3 starts. So it's pretty good, man. 18 innings pitched. Chicago, San Diego, and the Mets, he only gave up 13 hits and 3 earned runs in those. Man. So Eflin's starting to figure it out. And obviously the Phillies were playing well, man. They were 7-3 going into the break. 7-3, they were over going into the break because their bats were going. So, man, we'll see. I'm not going to touch that game, too. I am going to take that game 1 I told you, though. I mentioned I got to have that. Baltimore and KC. KC still not announced their starter yet, so you can't break down a game if you don't have another starter to go by. Obviously, Aiken's a mess. Oh, dude. That's how Baltimore says we're going to start our second half with Aiken. You're going to be Aiken, all right, man. My God, dude. Stop letting him pitch. What is Baltimore doing? I'm sorry. They follow up one disaster with another disaster after another disaster. Obviously, the Matt Harvey disaster has been the Matt Harvey disaster that it is. Aiken is probably next, man. 7.54, 0-4, 0-3 on the road with an 8.42 ERA. Oh, man. 8 home runs. Dude, 12 appearances with the team this year. In all 12 of those games, the team has won 1 game. June 4th versus Cleveland. Come on, man. Right? Yeah, June 4th versus Cleveland. He pitched 5 innings. The only results that he's ever gotten and pitched more than 5 innings in were the 2 Cleveland games. That's it. Well, they're not playing Cleveland, man. They're not playing Cleveland. Man, I can't touch that game. That's a disaster waiting to happen. I would play that over if you get it, depending on who KC announces as their starter. You got to play any Baltimore over, that free swinging team that can't really hit at all. That's what's scary, because Baltimore's an all-or-nothing team. You're getting 2 runs or you're getting 9 runs. There's no in between them. You're not getting the 3, 4. They put a rally here together. No. It's either a big rally and they go nuts, or they can't hit at all. And it's really extreme, man. I even bashed them on my Twitter. And I bashed our hitting coach on their Twitter too, man. What are you doing? What are you doing letting all these kids swinging? Dude, you swing at balls and you watch strikes go by. When you swing at balls and you watch strikes go by, What the hell does that add up to? Yeah, it adds up to what the Orioles are doing at 28 and 61. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you ever make it to the big leagues and you're watching strikes go right by, you know what, dude? Unless you're a leadoff hitter and you got to let your guys see what's going on, no. You throw a meatball, you hit a meatball. Yep, that's another tangent. All right. Hey, man. Houston. Speaking of problem, this isn't a problem. Houston money line today against the White Sox. Dylan Cease has been pretty good. Lance McCullers has been better. I like this matchup. I think this could be a great pitching duel, man. I think it might end up being 5-4, something like that. Could be 4-3. I like Houston money line there, and it stunk when they moved it up to minus 125. I was like, oh, because it was minus 115 last night, and I was like, all right, when I go on the air tomorrow, get to put up Houston at minus 115, and then obviously I got up today, and it was like minus 125. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a sports handicapper. So, yeah, man, Lance McCullers is having a season. 6-2, 2.94, man. 4-0 on the road with a 2.94. Oh, man. I mean, it's just returning from that little 3-week stint, the end of June and July there. Stellar, man. Dude's pitching his brains out. Gotta go with it. It's only minus 125. Yes, I'm taking the Astros in the money line today at minus 125. If that's a problem, shouldn't be a problem, man. I mentioned, I like what Cease is doing. The 7-4, 4.11, and 4-0 at home with the 1.81 ERA at home. So it's like, man, McCullers on the road, 4-0, stellar. Dylan Cease at home, 4-0, stellar, man. Really don't expect a lot of runs in that game. If they hit that 9, it's going to be late. I mean, it won't be early. You know, if it's even if it is 3-2 going to the 5th or 6th, man, I'll be kind of surprised because that means that first 5 total is right there. Man, you know what? I mean, I would like to suggest that first 5 under there, but then you think about 3-2. Man, that's scary. So, yeah, man, I definitely think it's going to be a little bit pitch and do, though. Those two can definitely just hurl. So, I might suggest that under 9, but I'm definitely suggesting Houston to take that game outright. San Francisco, obviously, we know what Gausman's doing. Come on, man. You know what Wainwright does at home. That's another pitching duel today. I think those two are definitely going to go out and throw. Adam Wainwright knows how to pitch at home. That's it, man. I even made a point to make sure I wrote some of that stuff down, right? He's got 99 Ks on the season, so obviously he's going to need one more strikeout to bust that 100 mark. Every pitcher likes that. Man, remember with April, when he was 1-4. He was 0-3, and his team was 1-4 on the 5 starts he made in April. He didn't get his first win until May 3rd. He's only lost twice since, man. So, you know what? And early in the year, too, I was like, oh, boy, is Adam Wainwright going to be able to pull it together, man? Because he's certainly getting off to a rocky start here. Yeah, he's pulled it together. Pulled it together, man. I like that under. Obviously, Gausman can pitch his brains out. You think? The 1.73 ERA didn't give that away for you. I don't know what did. Man, dude, he's pitching his brains out. Which is cool, man. 114 innings pitched, 133 strikeouts, only 30 walks this year. 5 starts, he's had 9+ strikeouts. I mean, you know what? It may not be double. I always look at 9, man. At 9 for me, I know everyone says double-digit strikeouts is that little. 9 for me is a nice number too, man, because it's just as good as 10 for me. When you're knocking 9 guys out of the box in every start, and you're going 6 innings, obviously you struck out half the guys that you faced that year. Dude, okay. Really think about that for a second, man. When you strike out 9 guys and go in 6 innings, do the math. Love that under. All right, let's get to the last 4 games of the night out there, man. Dodgers and Rockies. Minus 190? Minus 190? Oh, come on. I mean, I get it, but Urias? 11-3, dude. Man, someone's having a season. They just win for him. Whenever the Dodgers win, you can just wonder if Urias pitched for him today. And he probably did, man. Southpaw. He's having a great year, too. He's obviously in the talk and the chatter, man. I mean, 8-2 on the road with a 3.15 ERA. Woo! I mean, man. Love it. Man, home run allowed 9 of 10 starts. Home run allowed 9 of 10 last 10 starts, man. That's not good. But the good thing is he's keeping them solo, man. It's one thing if you're giving up home runs. You know what, man? Some pitchers can actually deal with that. You're going to make a mistake. I'm going to make a mistake. Okay, as long as you're doing it when no one's on base and it's not doing really bad damage. You see, he's only giving up 2. Is he all right? 2 earned runs. 2 earned runs and a home run. 2 earned runs and a home run. 2 earned runs and a home run. I mean, look down at his whole season. You'll see 1 in the home run column and 2 in the earned run column. Man. So at least he knows when to give up those bombs. And it's suited him so far, obviously. And when you have that support in your pocket, man, see, 11.5 today. 11.5 is Sensatella. Sensatella. I could say that one. Man, no support. He gets no support at all. That's the only thing about it. Every time I think about Sensatella, all I think about is, man, are the Rockies ever going to hit a baseball when he gets a start? Because they don't hit for him. They just don't. And that's why, yeah. 4.58. You know what, man? The ERA, 2 starts versus LA this year. Boom. And now he's got to face him again. Yeah, those 2 starts against LA didn't go well at all. So for him to start the second half of the Dodgers, he's probably like, oh, yeah, great. Yeah, wonderful. So, yeah, maybe that Dodgers team total might be a play there, even though it's going to be up there, 5 and 6. And, man, it's a lot of expectation to put on a baseball team in the first game off the break. To dump out 6-7 runs. As Sensatella's probably going to end up a way to give it up, though. Vegas kind of knows when they're going to be a lot of runs there. Although I've taken the under in Colorado a bunch of times this year. Thinking, you know what? I just don't see 12.5 runs today. But, man, Dodgers are going to win that game. I think everyone's thinking that too. Their run lines, even money. Man. There's not enough value there in even money on a 1.5. It's hard enough to win a baseball game as it is. And, yes, the Dodgers have made it been looking easy this year for sure. But, dude, you know what? When you start laying 2 runs and 3 runs and you think teams are just going to start beating up people, it gets hairy, especially with real money, man. Anybody can just say, I think they're going to kill him today. Look at me, I'm a hero. And throw $500 on it and see how much more confident you are about that. Man, changes how you think. All you real money bettors out there know the difference between some schmuck just going, I love this play, and actually having money on it. Yeah, right? Start getting a little pit stain there a little bit when you have real money on it. When you're picking virtually and you're having fun with everything, who cares? But, yeah. Turn around, put some money on stuff. Watch your hair go gray. Yeah, that's how you know I've been betting too long, man. That's why I'm gray. All right, Seattle, flexing, man. Flexing. And Haney, too. Haney can't pitch. I'm sorry, man. Andy Haney can't pitch. Luckily, he didn't pitch in the Seattle series right before the break there. But, man, the one star he did have against Seattle this year, remember back in April? Boom, the balls are still going, man. Those balls are still going, man. You see Seattle in the +1. There's a lot of sites that carry those +1 and the +1.5 handicap and the run line stuff, too. There's a lot of +1s out there. I love that +1 bet. One of my favorite bets to make. I mean, if you have Pinnacle and you don't play the +1 as often as you can, a 1-run game, I like Seattle to cover the 1. With flexing going, you know what, dude? The dude's 8-3 with a 3.51. Now, he just turned 27 back on July 1st, man. And 27 is that magic number for a lot of people, if anyone doesn't know that. That road ERA over 7, well, or 6.9 or whatever. Man, 6 road starts. Man, 45 hits, 5 home runs, and 25 runs allowed. So, man, his last start before the break, 3-7 solid against this very team. So Haney didn't get to play in the Seattle series, but Flexen had a chance to shut down the Angels when he went in their recent series, too, before the break. And he looked great, man. Went 7 solid. Got the win. So, you know what, man? I think Flexen can keep them in the game long enough to at least cover that +1. It's like +105 or something, man. Seattle, +1. It was +109 last night, and now it's plus +105 for the +1 on Seattle to cover that They lose by a run. They lose by a run. We get our money back. All right. The Cubs, Kyle Hendricks is obviously having a pretty decent year. You think 11-4 with the 3.77. It's a nice season he's putting together, man. Obviously, the Cubs kind of, yeah, man. The Cubs are just kind of, man. You see their team total, too, is down. Vegas does not expect the Cubs to finish strong. Start in Arizona, and they get Bumgarner tonight, though. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. I'm sure someone out there is going to be like, oh, God, I got to see what EJ is going to do when he finds out that Bumgarner is starting today. Now, I mean, man, 7.11 ERA, 4 bombs. Now, the team has lost 5 of his last 6 starts. I don't even know where to go when you talk about Bumgarner. He stinks. Does he stink because the Diamondbacks stink, or the Diamondbacks stink because he's just a bad pitcher? Which one is it? Because the Diamondbacks don't seem to be able to play when he's on the mound, and he certainly can't pitch anymore. And now they're letting him back up there. I don't know. I don't trust Bumgarner. This is certainly not the San Francisco guy. The San Francisco treat got eaten a long time ago, man. He ain't it. He just is not it. That scares me, man. That scares me. That 9, I like that 9, even though Hendricks is pitching pretty well here. I'll take a Bumgarner in a straight 9 anytime you want to feed me to it. Feed me to it. Feed me to it. Just give me to it. I dropped right into that 9. I fell right onto it. Cleveland and Oakland, too. Bassett. You see Bassett? The Oakland team total is 4.5. So, okay, against Eli Morgan, huh? Here. Let me say it again. The Oakland A's team total is 4.5 at like minus 105 against Eli Morgan today. The Oakland -1 is even money in the first 5 innings. Did you see? Now, that's another great reason to have Pinnacle, man. Oakland -1 in the first 5 innings is even money. With Bassett on the mound, huh? Yeah. The A's are going to be just fine today. I was thinking about taking that total because Morgan's a complete disaster. But I was like, you know what? I really need Oakland to really kind of score all these runs because I don't really have any faith that Bassett's going to get lit up against Cleveland. You know what? I don't want to have to worry about some kind of 8-3, 8-2 kind of game. You know what? Let it be 6-2. I don't care. I'm not going to worry about the total for that game. Oakland A's 4.5 runs. Yes, they'll have 5 runs, and they'll have them by the 7th inning. And then we don't have to even worry about the 8th or 9th inning. Yeah, I hit that bet. I have to wait for my book to just kind of let that game finish out, and then they'll pay me later. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Eli Morgan. Mm-hmm. That's it. You got your bets. Seattle +1. If you can find that, man, take that. Oakland -1. If you can find in the first 5 innings. If you can take that, man. It's going to be 5-1 going to the 6th inning, I think. Cleveland might get 1, but Oakland's going to have a bunch. They might hit that team total by the 5th, yeah. In the Oakland team total, 4.5. Minnesota-Detroit game 1 here at 2 o'clock. It's like 12:40 right now. If that game doesn't get postponed, now I've been on the air. I haven't looked to see if anything got postponed because I'm here and I don't have any other windows open but this. Miami and Philly game 1 at over 6.5, 4 o'clock. Take that. Red Sox money line today, even money or so against the Yanks, and at over 10 in the stadium. 6-5 Boston. Continue dominating the Yankees. 7-0 this year. They will be by the time this night ends. Houston money line at -125. Not a bad line. It was better last night, like I mentioned, but that's what you're going to have to get today. That Giants-Cardinals under. Yep. Got to have it, man. And, anything else I mentioned along the way here, you know what? Man, 45 minutes in. I didn't get any comments on my live sidebar over here, so that's cool. I hope someone at least is out there paying attention to the whole show And you're going to get some bets in today because, that's it, man. Just want to get some bets in, help everybody out with some baseball. I'll be doing all this again tomorrow. Keep doing all my notes for all the starters and talking weather, talking lines, talking starters. So, man, I hope I gave out some stuff today. Hope you're all kind of hanging out with me. EJ's, the Sports Betting Pub. Happy hour's over. I don't have my little gong with me. It's in the room. Oh, man. Hope you enjoy the new studio. Yep, I got my new poster up. It'll always be up on the wall. Things cool. I figured I'd bring it in here today. Let everybody see that. So, all right, man. Thanks for joining me today. If you got any chances to hang out, and we'll catch you tomorrow for another baseball. I'll definitely have another football podcast up there. Football meaning soccer. And, man, went nuts in tennis today. If you're following me over at the Duke of New York, another 5-in-1 day. Oh, hey, Tyler. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Of course. Man, that's cool. Thanks for the comment, dude. I appreciate it. Very cool. Again, I hope everybody got their bets out there, and I hope everybody has a great weekend coming up here, man. A lot of baseball. So check out tomorrow. We're going to have I'll probably be on early in the morning, around 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So I definitely want to give everybody a couple hours because I definitely want to at least spend some time. It takes a half hour to talk about all the games at least, man. And I want to take the time to do that. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Again, have a good Friday, man. Hope wherever you are, the weather is juicy enough for you to get out and enjoy some of it. And again, this is DJ Sports Betting Pub. I appreciate you hanging out with me. We'll see you later, all right? No, cool, man. Hey, Jay. You know it, man. All the time, dude. All the time. Thanks, Jay. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Again, thanks for any of the comments you guys made. I appreciate it, man. It's cool. Hopefully I'll get some more during the week. And we'll keep this train rolling a little bit, make some money out here together. That's cool. All right. I'll see you all later, man. Ciao.